Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have a new and very special guest with us, Leo Hathaway. Leo is Executive Vice President of Exploration at Libero Copper, which can be traded as LBC on the TSX Venture. Mr. Hathaway is a geologist with a lot of experience in mining. Leo, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're welcome, Jack. Good to talk to you.
Leo, before we get into discuss the project that we're working on, let's discuss your background. I know that you worked as Senior Vice President for Lumina Gold and Lumina Copper and have a great experience and track record.
Yeah, well, I joined the original Lumina Copper in 2004, and I've been working closely with Ross Beatty and our team at Lumina ever since. So Lumina Gold and Luminex are the latest iterations of companies within the Lumina, and Strategic Resources, I should say, are the latest iterations of the companies within the Lumina group that we're currently working on.
Talk to us about your educational background before, what's your qualifications? I guess you studied geology?
Yeah, I studied geology in the UK in Plymouth, and then I did an MSc in exploration geology at the Imperial College in London. And I've been working for 25 years for Canadian mining and exploration companies, and I'm a designated as a professional geoscientist in Canada.
So you've been involved with a few discoveries, I'm sure, at Lumina Copper and Lumina Gold. They've done some exceptional work. Could you tell us a little bit about your experiences there?
Sure. Well, we, as I said, in 2004, Ross had started Lumina Copper, and I was involved in the acquisition and then exploration. We quickly got onto Regalito, a project in Chile, and we were drilling that with a fair bit of success. We had 10 projects in the portfolio, and at that point, we decided that really, from the market perspective, the value was concentrated in Regalito, where we were drilling, and the other projects weren't getting any recognition. So we split the company into 4 different companies and a royalty company. And then, to cut a long story short, we over the next 8 years or so sold those 4 companies and the royalty company right through the rise in copper price through the last copper bull market. So it was very, very well timed and well executed venture, and it worked very well.
So, Leo, talk to us a little bit. Right now, you're the executive vice president here at Libero, and you're focusing on the Golden Triangle. We've seen a lot of interest in the Golden Triangle recently from the majors. We've seen Newcrest come in. We've seen Newmont Goldcorp to come into the GT Gold discovery recently. We've seen the success story of Pretium go from exploration to production. So there's been a lot of interest in the Golden Triangle, and Libero, this big red discovery or this big red project seems to have a lot of interest to you. So what do you find so compelling and possibly see some similarities to a GT Gold?
Well, the project came to us through a couple of friends of mine who are BC stakers, and they just acquired it, and they were looking to vend it, and it had a lot of quite good gold numbers on it. No drill intersections. It was quite early stage, so we did a pretty cheap deal, I would say, share deal for the project, and then we started compiling data in BC. You have to file assessment reports every year to say work you did on your project and what the results were. So we had assessment reports going back to the late 60s, 35 assessment reports with hand-drawn maps and handwritten sample results and that kind of thing. And we spent a lot of time over a few months compiling that into one single map, so we could see where to focus. And really the interesting thing that fell out of that was a gold soil anomaly in the southern part of the Big Red property that we're calling Ridge. That when you look at it and you contour it at say 0.5 gram gold in soils, which is a high number, it has similar dimensions and looks very similar to what GT Gold had before they drilled that target. And within that there was some very high grade rock chip samples that had been gathered previously. 33 grams a ton, 29 grams a ton, 14 grams a ton within this soil anomaly. So it's sitting on top of a ridge. We don't really think it could have dispersed down slope very far, other than really reflecting what's underneath the bedrock. It's difficult to explain it. So that's kind of what we're excited about. And we have field crews there now in filling that soil sampling grid to make it more dense and define drill targets, and also prospecting other areas of the property, which is a very big property. It's 26,000 odd hectares. And we have interesting copper and gold targets elsewhere, but Ridge is our primary focus.
So you're saying there's both gold and copper targets?
Yeah. So this compilation work we did, the Ridge was the standout gold target that, as I say, was so similar to what GT had in Saddle South that that kind of immediately demanded attention. But we also have to the north of that, about 2 kilometers to the north, a target we're calling Copper Bowl, which is a 3 kilometer by 1 kilometer, more or less, long soil anomaly when you contour it at 350 ppb, which is again pretty significant level. And we also have a gold target called Poker, where we have gold-bearing large blocks of quartz veins coming out of the end of a drainage, and we're currently prospecting that drainage to see where those come from, because they're running tens of grams gold. So we think there's a gold vein somewhere in that drainage, and we're trying to find it. So there's a few exciting things on the property, but Ridge is what we're kind of doing this year. The plan is to drill Ridge this year.
So the company Libero has just raised money, and you're planning to drill this year. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So is there anything else that you find that might be unique or interesting for investors or for people that are learning about the Libero story that they should be paying attention to?
Well, I guess it's appealing because it's going to be tested very quickly this field season. So, and given that it looks like GT superficially at surface, if you drill it and come up with those kind of results, then you're going to really be strapped to a rocket. Given Libero's market cap right now, which is around $7 million. And I guess the other boxes to tick in that part of the world are access, and we actually are fairly fortunate with access. We have Telegraph Creek not too far away, and we actually have a gold placer operation 4 kilometers away from the Ridge Zone, where there's a road to that as they used previously. So in terms of access, is actually it's actually very good for the Golden Triangle. And then in terms of community relations, we have very good relations with the Keltan, who is the band there. They're very, very kind of business friendly band, and so we're very happy with the way that's going. So it's really full steam ahead, and there's no big impediments that I see to the project.
Well, we have with us today Leo Hathaway, who's Executive Vice President of Exploration of Libero Copper, which can be traded as LBC on the TSX Venture. They're drilling this season up in the Golden Triangle with a project that looks very similar, early stages to GT Gold. Thank you, Leo, for being here with us today. You can get more information by going to liberocopper.com, and their number is 604-638-2545 if you'd like to get more information. Thank you, Leo, for being here with us today and for giving us an introduction to Big Red and to the Libero Copper story this season.
Great, thanks, Jeff. It was very good to see you.